I was born in Bombay, in India. I was born in a fairly affluent family. I moved to the Middle East with my wife and my kids. And then we were there in the Middle East for roughly 10 years. And then as my daughter got to a place where she had to go for studies, we had two choices. Because at that time, there were no universities and colleges in Dubai that were that level. One was to send her back to India to study, or the other was to send her to Canada. My brother had come to Canada 2 years before. And so he started working on my wife and saying, you should be here. I have a sister in the US and another brother in the US. So he said, you should be here. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm very happy.
You did not want to come to Canada.
I did not want to come to Canada. And my wife had already done all the paperwork and the visa came through, and I said, now what? Well, my wife said, women are very smart at doing this stuff. We've not had a vacation for a very long time. Let's go for a vacation. We came to Vancouver, and it was April 1998. It did not rain for a single day. We were here for 3 weeks. It did not rain a single day. It was like a commercial from Tourism Vancouver.
But do you actually know how many days it rains a year in Canada, in Vancouver?
Yes.
It's almost 200 days a year in Vancouver.
It didn't rain.
Wow. Lucky.
So I said, this is great. So we went back to Dubai. I said, yeah, fine, we'll move here. So we went back to Dubai, and then my wife moved here with the kids because they had to get to school. I was wrapping up stuff in Dubai. And then the day I landed in Vancouver,
it rained.
It was the biggest storm they had in 50 years. It rained like the sky opened up. I honestly came on and said, I've got off at the wrong place. Somehow I've gone off at the wrong place.
This must be Seattle.
This cannot be Vancouver.
And what was your profession? What were you doing?
So I was in advertising. I was in advertising, working for large agencies, Mechanics and Saatchi. I used to do copywriting. I used to do client servicing most of the time, which is understanding marketing strategies and positioning strategies for clients and things like that. So I, handled brands like Coca-Cola and BMW. So it was a great fun. Advertising is a great fun profession. It used to be a great fun profession. I don't know what it is like now. I couldn't get into advertising. The same ad agency.
Were you looking for jobs here? Yeah. Were you knocking on doors, sending your resumes? And
same ad agency, I worked in the Middle East. I went there, and they said, you have no Canadian experience.
And what's the Canadian experience?
A lot of times, I think it just is, you're not like us, which comes across as a very racist statement.
Do you find it racist? Or is it the natural process?
I think there's a tendency to hire people who look like themselves in Canadian workplaces. That is unfortunately the truth. Mm-hmm. For them to hire someone who doesn't look like them, sticks out. Now it's becoming there's a little more awareness of the advantages of diversity hire. But it's still not at anywhere where, turn around and say, well, it's open.
So your experience was, 30 years ago?
Yeah, 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
And what happened after, how long were you looking for a job?
I didn't look for a job for very long. So I'm one of the few who didn't have to struggle too long. So I landed in October, and by December, I had an interview with a publishing company. So I transitioned from advertising into publishing. So that's allied with advertising. So I was doing advertising sales. So through advertising sales, that helped me become, so plan B helped me become my plan A later on, as you know, with the magazine. But it was hard because the income I was used to and what I started at in Canada was, it's what every immigrant.
Much lower. Like how much lower? Is it half? Is it 12% lower?
I would say it was probably 20%. So it's 80% lower.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
And plus, you got to remember, I didn't pay taxes in the Middle East.
In Dubai, yeah.
No taxes in the Middle
East,
right? So it was challenging.